All right, just getting started.
Here we go.
Good luck to both runners.
Yeah, hoping for a good, clean match. And again, we have BusterDoggy taking on Sznoj, both with low PBs, getting close to that hour mark on either side of it. Here we go.
Looks like Sznoj might have a bit of a slower load than Buster. I'm not sure if Sznoj might be on physical. I'm not sure about that, because physical does give a slightly slower load throughout the game compared to digital, so it only saves around like 11 seconds, digital does. So it's not super worth it, especially if you have physical already, because it's another $60 you have to pay, so.
But on the plus side, you can trade in your physical copy to GameStop if you ever get tired of the game.
Yeah.
Now, Cap Kingdom, a great kingdom to start out with for this weekend, the spooky Halloween weekend. Why do you think the hats are haunted?
I don't know. I think they're like ghosts. I think they're ghosts of like, I don't really know what they're ghosts of. They're just kind of ghosts.
Are they ghosts of hats? We do see Mario's hat die in the opening cinematic of this game when Bowser steps on.
I'm not sure.
A lot of interesting lore questions that will be explored today in this Halloween edition of GSA.
Cap, a very spooky kingdom. A little bit of a creepy music. Got left side from Buster, I'd imagine. Ooh, dive vault. And Sznoj's doing the triple.
For left side.
Yeah. Pretty good for both.
They'll both make it. Whew. Here is the St. Patrick's Day Brutal, getting his holidays wrong. Should have dressed up as a Jason Voorhees or sexy nurse. I think that would have been a more time-appropriate costume, and yet here he is.
He's a leprechaun.
He is a leprechaun. God bless him for it. BusterDoggy opening up here with just a couple of seconds. Could it be attributed to physical load times? Absolutely. Now, Salmon, you're a runner of this game yourself, that's correct?
Yeah.
What are some moments we should be looking forward to in this route? What are the moments that are going to really show us what these runners are made of?
One thing come up really quickly is DSS in just like maybe like a minute or so. DSS basically just like, you might see it this race. You just skip up a wall. It saves 11 seconds, but it is very hard. It's like basically mostly just sub hours, and a few 100 runners do it. But we may be seeing it from Buster. I don't know about Sznoj. It's a little bit above his skill level. But it should be interesting to see if Buster will go for it. And if he makes it, that would be very awesome.
No, I am excited. I've heard a lot of DSS. Dino, skip, skip.
Yeah.
It's almost a myth at this point as a strictly B division commentator thus far. This is going to be big for me.
Neither runner is going for it though. You just skip this whole cutscene. You wouldn't even do the dino skip right here. You would just go like up a wall a bunch. It looks crazy to watch.
Okay, both of them going to take this dinosaur and step on the trampoline. Buster gets it, no problem. Sznoj as well.
Nice.
Which brutal fight would you say is the hardest? Maybe even just like in your initial playthrough, which brutal fight did you have the most struggle with figuring out boss patterns?
That's tough, actually. I'd say different brutals get harder or easier as you keep getting better at the game. Like, Harriet, there are a bunch of strats for Harriet. Like, there are like 4 different strats you can do for Harriet. So, Harriet definitely is probably the hardest once you get to a higher level. But I'd say starting out, Rango is pretty hard, so is Topper. So, it depends.
Rango does have spikes in his hat, which chilled me the first time I played through. And here we see both runners collecting a triple moon from the mother-in-law Brutal.
It's more than one moon.
Banned from the wedding. All mother-in-laws must be. Just one last moon to collect here in Cascade Kingdom, and both of our runners can power up the Odyssey.
Yep.
For the very
there is an
first
alternative
time.
for this moon. You can do a clip in a moon very close nearby. You can clip through the, I guess there's like a little kind of like tunnel, I guess. You can do a moon clip, and it's barely faster than just getting the other moon. It probably saves like 0.5.
Sounds like an aesthetic flourish as opposed to a good strat to pull off. Here we see both runners popping their moons into a globe. Mario, not necessarily experienced in the Odyssey, but seems to understand pretty intuitively how to fuel it up and power it to the desert. My big theory on the white cap that Mario gets in this first cutscene is that the developers put it in so that one could easily know if it was a speed run or not.
Yeah. Maybe. You never know.
There's no point to changing hats if it's not going to save you time, and it's a forced change. So this little white-hatted Mario, he's going for a PB.
Yeah, I'd say it's not the best. It's not a very good hat. I'm just gonna say it's probably one of the worst hats in the game.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
If I had to wear this hat, I would vomit continuously every second I was wearing it.
Yeah, it's not very fun to look at while doing the runs.
Oh, Buster and Sznoj here doing one of my favorite tricks, daylight savings time.
Yeah.
It's so unintuitive to me, but you can trick the game into thinking you're an hour later and get a seed to grow faster than the game normally allows. The moon Buster is collecting right now.
It's actually pretty funny because a lot of people were pretty sure that daylight savings time and changing the in-game clock didn't affect the seeds, and then so it wasn't even a strat until like world record was like sub-hour, so it's actually a pretty new strat considering how basic it is.
I mean, I never would have thought about it. It feels like such it's like your friend who always brings the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches hiking. Like, you have to be really prepared, you have to know exactly where you're doing, where you're going, and it speaks to these runners' preparedness that they're pulling off strats before the run even starts.
It's a random strat, like you have to be like a genius to think of it. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I do like thinking that speedrunners are perpetually proving how much smarter they are than Nintendo.
Yeah.
Buster. Oh!
Missing the dram.
Catching the dram before getting the moon.
Yeah.
Now.
Sznoj a little closer now. That definitely tied things up a little.
There we go. That's the kind of time save Sznoj's going to need if he's going to catch back up.
Yep. Sznoj not going for... what's the strat called? I forgot. It's single bill. Sznoj not going for single bill. Basically, you put the bullet bill in a certain spot, and you don't have to grab a new one from the blaster. Instead, you just use the one that you used to get up to the top. It saves like a second or two. It's pretty cool to see.
Single bill is what we called my friend when his girlfriend left him.
Ouch. That kind of hurts.
Yeah, tell that to Bill.
But Buster going for reverse Jaxi. It's different. It's a little harder than the strat that Buster's going, the normal route here. And it doesn't save much, it saves 0.7, but it's not very hard to do. So not too big a surprise that Buster's going for it. Ooh, but he missed the bullet bill. What he's supposed to do is the bullet bill is supposed to like guide the bullet bill with certain movements, and it makes it so it hits the crate for you automatically. But Buster definitely missed that. Must have messed something up.
And I think this is going to be Sznoj taking the lead.
Yeah.
By one moon.
Yeah,
unclear. I believe they're on the same route, so this looks good for Sznoj right now. He's done it. It was that bullet bill mistake that took Buster from first to second place in this two-person race.
Yeah, just goes to show harder strats can be a little bit of a mess up. Can make you struggle.
That's what we were talking about before, a little more high variance strat. There's these safe strats, but then all of a sudden you feel like you gotta go for something big, and God bless you, that's when you start falling behind.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good start for Sznoj.
Absolutely, getting out of this Sand Kingdom. Filling his Odyssey sails. I hadn't noticed what a laser-like sound effect those moons make as they travel in. Am I never paying attention when I put moons in the Odyssey? How did I never hear that sound effect before? Both runners headed now to the Lake Kingdom, my all-time favorite kingdom. I think the music is beautiful.
It's pretty good music. This game has very good music overall.
Oh, boy, does it.
Oh, yeah.
Good to study to, good to write to.
Yeah.
We could be seeing a lake clip for both of these runners. That's on the table. It's also funny to me that this Lake Kingdom opens up with the easiest moon in the game. It's just there. It's there for you.
Yeah, it's just kind of chilling.
You can have it.
Yeah.
Also, very funny
take it if it's there.
Right, yeah. Are you gonna say no? That's rude.
Yeah.
The moon was offered to you. You're a guest in this kingdom.
Snowy going for lake clip. That looks good. Ooh, fake clip.
Ooh. Fake clip.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ooh, Buster having some trouble too. Like it's very hard strat.
Yeah, it's always impressive when they pull it off. It looks frightening. There's like an endless ocean that they are suddenly within. And both runners pulling it off. This is going to skip them the brutal fight at the top. Even though that is a triple moon, those cutscenes are where your time is going to evaporate.
Yeah. Cutscene is definitely probably the biggest time loss in this game. I think it's like 20 minutes of cutscene in the entire game.
Unbelievable. That's an entire episode of Scrubs.
Yeah.
Sznoj now stealing a moon from the Loch Ness Monster.
Dory.
Dory!
Yeah.
I knew her name! I just want to jam to this music for like, the rest of my life.
Yeah. I gotta
it's also
say,
very funny that Mario turned. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I lost my thought. No. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just going to mention how funny it is that Mario turns into a zipper in the Lake Kingdom. That is not a traditionally lake-associated item. Yeah. Sznoj maintaining the lead, warping back to the Odyssey, popping those pink moons in the red top hat ship. Getting that balloon one portion closer to full.
Yep. It takes about a 5-second difference at this point. So, anything can happen in Wooded. Wooded is a very scary kingdom. This kingdom can go very well or very, very badly. So, hopefully both runners get a good Wooded.
A true high-wire act, this upcoming kingdom. Sznoj touching down in this lush forest paradise. Gonna grab a rock, bash it against a rabbit. Feels cruel, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
If you're going to stop Bowser's marriage. And both runners gonna purchase a moon here. I have seen races where runners would be short a couple of coins and have to make up a moon later on. Sznoj with exactly 100 coins. Perfectly routed, not a single errant coin.
Yeah, if you skip Rango, Rango gives you quite a few coins, so If you do late flip and skip Rango, can lose a few.
Now taking the stretched out onion friend up to the top of a tree, breaking a nut.
Buster actually gained time there because I think he did an extra Shireen bounce, which saves a little time, just faster movement, showing that it does pay off sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a lead now.
That is the lead. Yep, both runners inside the wall. Buster taking a shot to the brain.
Now Sznoj's ahead.
Just by seconds. Walking up through the wall, coming out of the ground like a zombie on Halloween.
Buster missing the ramp. Pretty tricky part of the run. Back and forth right now.
The music is jamming?
I know, this is one of the best songs in my opinion.
Wow, we are in it.
Oh yeah.
This is a good race so far. Both runners pretty much synced up. As I said that, I noticed Buster just a few seconds behind. Popping up there, grabbing a moon out of a nut. Excellent movement from Sznoj. Spinning and twirling.
Yeah. Fancy.
Like a varsity cheerleader is Sznoj.
Buster with the spin pound nut. Very fast, surprisingly. It looks very cool, the spin pounding on that nut there. Doesn't save too much, but it's very flashy. And both of these guys...
ignoring. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just doing FRS, Flower Road Skip, skipping the Piranha Plant completely.
Leaving him to a lonely existence, holding a power moon he thought he would have to contest. Wow, some incredible movement from both these runners.
Little slip up from Buster, not too much time lost.
Couple of seconds lead from Buster. Springing out, grabbing. Highest moon in this interior, at least.
Don't want to speak too early, but pretty good wooded from both of these runners.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This part's very hard, though, ascending.
Oh,
yeah, just like there.
Sznoj.
Not
giving
getting
Mario
the
some
buffer jump.
jelly legs.
Yeah. I think it's like a 5-frame window to be able to jump there. It's very tight.
Ooh.
I don't do it in my Speedrun attempts. The bonk.
We got Fuzzies patrolling the tube zone. Both Buster and Sznoj getting the hidden moon. They will not be tricked by this video game. They know where the moons are.
I'd hope they know where the moons are.
It's still cool that there's just a hidden path that you gotta know where to go.
Yeah.
And this is the first kingdom in which Buster will globe first. Filling up the Odyssey, giving it some tasty power moons.
Yep.
We're
Next
the
up,
Odyssey alive.
You have Cloud
Go
next. Not too hard. The only hard part, maybe these runs will go for Cloud Boost. Basically, so what you do is, at the beginning of Cloud, you do a spin throw roll cancel, and you go inside a cloud, and the cloud spawns, because from the spin throw roll cancel, and it gives you a pretty large boost. So we'll see if the runners go for it here.
Is that because as the cloud is being produced, it's launching Mario forward and up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
Like half a trampoline bounce.
Buster tried for it, and he didn't really get the boost, but it wasn't that slow.
Here we see both these runners acting like not a great best man for Bowser on his big day. Bride and Groom magazine recommends against the way Mario is behaving in this moment.
I definitely hope my best man won't beat me up when I'm...
Least of all with my own hat.
Yeah.
Both runners taking some damage to Bowser.
Yeah, it's part of the strat, actually. You're able to damage boost and... basically it makes you invincible to the hats that Bowser throws.
Well, that helps Mario get the hat on quicker, you're saying?
Not really quicker. You are able to do it without taking damage. It's just a lot easier to do it while you take damage, because you don't have to worry about like getting hit by the hats.
Gotcha. A close one for Buster. Makes the meme tree bounce. As does Sznoj. Moving through. Lost Kingdom. Boy, this game really teases Metro Kingdom for you for a while. He was set to go.
I know, yeah.
Crash land in the clouds, crash land in the land before time here.
Yeah. Lost is a very cool kingdom, though, I do have to admit.
Oh, yeah. Color-wise, there's purple poison everywhere. It looks gorgeous. A lot of that same tension that we've seen recently from Metroid Dread, I would argue, where the Emmys are chasing you. I feel like this level has the same feeling with Klepto the bird, always coming after you. You could take a wrong step at any time. Lose your hat.
I haven't heard too much about Metroid Dread. I heard it's a pretty fun game.
I love it so much. Oh, it's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Buster going deathless.
Yep. Also, didn't mention it, but he got Cage triple. Which is like the crazy triple he did with the getting the second to last move on tree. Very cool strat. Very flashy, but very hard.
Sznoj splats his head against the bridge. Takes a death, but does spawn right by the Odyssey. Cappy here, giving Mario travel directions. And both runners now coming into Night Metro. Very tall level. We'll see a lot of climbing.
Yeah.
Bouncing up, going up buildings.
Night Metro isn't known for being too hard. The problem with it is the Mecha Wiggler fight at the end is literally RNG if you get a good pattern. So you can lose up to like 10 seconds if you get a bad pattern.
Really?
It's very rough.
At what point during the fight, Salmon, will these runners know what pattern they have? Is that something they're going to know immediately, or are they going to have to wait?
Well, you do the charge, so the Mecha Wiggler has 3 phases basically. Snowy the fall, by the way. Ooh, Snowy is struggling, but...
Oh, no.
But basically, you do it. There are 3 different sections to Mecha Wiggler. The first phase, you hit the Mecha Wiggler 3 times. That's not a big problem. It's pretty easy to do that phase. And then the guy does 3 charges, and after those 3 charges, that's when like the actual RNG comes in, and pretty much right away you'll know if it's a good pattern or not.
Okay, so it's that second phase we're looking for.
Yeah.
That the game could decide which runner is in the lead.
Buster getting a sizable lead, going to this Mecha Wiggler should be pretty scary. Hopefully gets a good pattern.
Mecha Wiggler getting tricked into coming at Buster at an angle. Shortest path.
Alright, here's the last charge, and then we'll see Buster's pattern. I'll be able to tell if it's a good pattern. Hopefully you get a good pattern. A good pattern is basically there just aren't many loops. The mecha doesn't curve over itself. Because then it would just like a little tricky. Like this is an alright pattern. It's not the end of the world.
I see what you mean. You're talking about these crossing over of itself.
Yeah, it does the little loops.
That does look
just
tricky.
Yeah, it's a little harder to hit all of the orbs. Buster losing a little time with that. Probably lost like 5 seconds or so. So unfortunate. It was a pretty good 9-matcher besides that. So Buster still with a decent lead. Snoj's pattern. This is a good pattern. Yeah.
Nice and smooth.
Ooh,
Getting shot by a fireball. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
That was close.
Coming in under the wire. Just barely getting a 2-cycle is Sznoj.
Just a fraction of a second later could have messed him up.
Nobody wants to see those 3 charges again.
I know.
One of the worst attacks in video game boss history.
I feel like every game has at least one boss with a charge pattern. Or just like a charge attack.
Now it's time to jam.
Oh yeah.
Buster, as I prefer to see, getting on the scooter and clipping into the cage to pick up that power moon. Does feel uncomfortable when Mario takes control of a human being.
Very fast pole dram there. Buster. Bench friends. Helping out a lonely guy. I respect
You love
it.
to see it.
Yeah.
God, if we could all be a little more like Mario. Sznoj here, similarly, hopping on that scooter, popping in to the cage to pick up a power moon.
See bullet building? Yep. Bullet building from Buster. Pretty tricky, only saves 3 seconds. The slots is the hardest part. Buster's got it under control.
Buster gambled, and he made it.
Glad the gambling isn't RNG. The slots there. That would make it really annoying.
Nobody wants to play a slot machine in the middle of a PB attempt.
Yeah.
Buster stealing a moon out of the trash.
Sznoj not going for bullet building, so it gives you a bit of a comparison here.
He's going to speak to the mayor.
Mayor
Is
Pauline.
Sznoj. And then a drummer. That man keeping the beat and keeping a moon safe.
Oh, so you can play drum set. It's like a very cool instrument. It looks very fun to play.
Yeah, it does.
You do many instruments,
Drums.
Michael?
You know, I played bass guitar in my high school band, and I sang.
Nice.
My band wrote a number of songs about breakups, even though me and my lead singer had never been in a relationship.
Ooh, Buster.
Oh no, Buster! Missing the top of the skyscraper. How about you, Salmon? Any musical background?
Actually, I play tenor saxophone for my school band right now.
Oh, yeah. I was an alto sax man in high school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, Buster. Hit the bullseye. That is somebody's roof. Stole a power moon from them.
I think Buster's is maybe like 50-ish seconds ahead. Maybe a little closer to 40.
Okay. A sizable lead, but absolutely a mistake or two away from
Yep.
a lead change.
Especially with Snowgram coming up. Missing it loses 20 seconds, so it's definitely not free.
Sznoj now heading into the people's room. All of these fine folks just going out for lunch. They were recently released by their bosses for 45 minutes, and hopefully they'll make it back before the next meeting.
It's like typical rush hour, I'd say.
You can't tell, but in the building they're coming out of is a law office, and the building they're going into is a Carl's Jr.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Roy catching on a number of saxophone players here on comms.
Just a good instrument.
Both of us, plenty of extra reeds in our case.
Yep.
Buster breaking down the snow, finding Captain Toad. What is your take on the canonical implications of Toad's location here, Salmon? Is Toad hiding out from the elements, or is he hoping to be rescued?
Both, maybe? I have no clue. he's kind of chilling there.
Do you think Mario is a villain for ruining that snow wall that he seemingly has built or got trapped behind?
You know what? I think the Power Moon supplies Toad's warmth, and Mario just busted it down, taking the Power Moon, so I don't know, I don't think Toad's very appreciative of it.
Left his friend to die, did Mario.
Yeah.
It has long been my theory that Mario is the super villain of this game.
Maybe.
Bowser is just trying to get married.
Yeah, Mario's just jealous, honestly.
Yeah. No, we see Peach at the end turn down both men, but who's to say she wasn't excited to marry Bowser?
Yeah.
Until Mario ruined her big day.
Never know.
It was very much a big to hell with it kind of mindset.
Both runners opting for Snowdram.
Ooh. Buster missed one Spiny in that Kill All Monsters Power Moon puzzle. Knocked him off with his hat at the last minute.
Actually, it's faster to leave one, because it's something about the camera panning when the moon spawns. It's actually faster to leave one.
Wow. Incredible. That's another moment of just figuring out when these runners are smarter than Nintendo.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take that Marshmallow Santa Claus and kill every last monster, but no, these runners doing their own thing. Sznoj struggling a little bit to climb to the top of this wooden door. Makes it up there. Close off those monsters as well. Gonna collect a Power Moon of their own. Ooh, and BusterDoggy with some nice movement, getting over to the end.
Pretty synced.
Mini room.
Wrong sub area, but it is pretty synced right now.
Yeah. We can safely say BusterDoggy exactly one sub area in the lead. Sznoj with a little bonk.
Buster's gonna be attempting Snowdram. Very risky. Hopefully it pays off for him. Let's hope he gets it.
Now this is such an intense little trick.
That's good.
Ooh.
Nice.
Makes it.
That's crucial for Buster.
Absolutely. Mario's little body flush with the ledge he is trying to get to as he makes that dive. And just expert movement from Buster.
Yeah. Now we're entering Seaside Kingdom. Now this does seem like a normal kingdom. There was a clip discovered a few days ago actually called, I think it's called Chest Dip now. And actually Buster has the Comsob. He has the best seaside ever with fish dip or chest dip. So he's probably gonna go for it. It would be very exciting to see if he makes it. Could see an OX seaside from here, which is very good.
I'll tell you, Salmon, I have not been this excited for a fish dip since I went to a pescatarian Super Bowl party.
Oh, he does? Okay. I know Tyrone had it now. Interesting. Well, former comp stop holder. Ooh, Sznoj missing the Snowdram.
He'll warp back up to the Odyssey and give it another shot, but that hurts.
Yeah, that's gonna sting. This is 20 seconds, I think, to missing Snowdram. Missing it again!
And again.
Oh, that sucks.
This is a heartbreaker.
Come on. You got this, Sznoj. No! It's his vector. His second vector isn't strong enough. Other than that, it's really good.
Salmon, what's the thinking here? Does it ever get to a point where Sznoj needs to just move on to another Power Moon, or is he locked in here until he gets it? And he does get it.
The problem is, there aren't any other moons close to the Snowdram moon, so it's really hard to get another moon. You just have to keep going for it until you get it. Also, Buster, I don't know if he went for it, but he did not get the fish dip. Pretty unfortunate, but...
That's too bad, but we were all here watching this Snowdram moment from Sznoj, stressing out for the man.
That's very race-changing for Sznoj and Buster. It's not over, though. Many things can happen in late game.
God, what is the name of this clip? I know there's an out-of-bounds clip here that Buster will presumably be going for.
You want to take a guess? It's pretty simple.
Seaside Kingdom clip.
Kinda. It's just a fish clip.
Fish clip, okay.
Very
There's something
basic.
in my head that said there's no way it's called the fish clip because we were just talking about the fish dip that we know he didn't do.
Yeah.
The fish clip is one of my favorite strats just because it is hilarious to me to completely ignore the Sphinx, who mythologically has blocked access to treasure since ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Mario just dips behind him. Makes a fool of him.
I think this is roughly a 2-minute lead right now, so a little rough for Sznoj, but like I said, it came back from.
Damon, how do you handle it when you are in a position like Sznoj just was with Snowdram, where you are kind of getting frustrated, where you can kind of see your mental state slipping? Do you have any strategies to get back on track?
I just kind of just yell at the game.
Yell?
It's not really super therapeutic, but
I mean, I disagree. I think that could be very powerful to get out all of those frustrations and start fresh. I like that strategy a lot.
Yeah, just focusing on one thing, like one kingdom at a time. Thinking, okay, so if you're Sznoj, thinking I'm gonna be getting a good Seaside. Just one kingdom at a time works pretty well. And
good
also,
productivity tip: breaking down all of your big goals into smaller little goals.
But Buster, I don't think. Yep, not going for Speedrun. Never mind. This will be very interesting.
Exciting.
So Speedrun is very hard. It is extremely hard, but it saves 8 seconds, which is a decent amount. But
so Speedrun would normally. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you can go ahead.
Speedrun would give you a moon. What moon will Buster be getting in place of it?
Ooh. Well, there are a few moons. Basically, what Speedrun is you're just ignoring all the story progression in the game. So you'll actually be seeing one of the moons that is replaced with slots right here, which Buster will be getting shortly. But they're like, so there's the Spirit Moon, the Cheese Moon, and then the Multi Moon you get at the end of the normal route. And
there are in fact 5 moons.
Yeah.
So
and you get them across
5 moons. This is exciting.
you get them across the rest of the run. Or
okay.
Kingdom. I think Sznoj, if he got like a 40 flat Seaside exit, so if he plays well, this can still be a mid to low 102.
Be a very good time under any and all circumstances.
Less than 2 off PV isn't even bad. Or 2 minutes off PV. And just no reset. Not bad at all. Especially considering the hiccups in Snow. But we have the best sub area in the game right here. This is the objectively best sub area in the game.
Without question.
Exactly, yeah.
You are throwing that hat around, capturing forks, spinning all around. Looking like some sort of magic fork-taking gymnast. Incredible. It is fun to see that hat. Like, there are throws in that sub area that look like that hat's going nowhere. It looks like it misses, and then all of a sudden Mario transports 5 miles in the air.
It's one of the, I'd say it's probably the most fun sub area in the game.
I agree. Sznoj here fighting this horrible Brutal.
Yep.
The ugliest and meanest of them all. Real Dudley Dursley looking character.
Buster getting both turnips, cooking up a little stew.
That's gonna be a tasty stew. It'll taste like metal. Can't throw gold turnips in an actual food. Maniacs.
Wouldn't be the craziest thing in this game.
What would you say is the craziest thing in this game?
I gotta say, the Ruined Dragon is pretty nuts.
Ruined Dragon is very weird. The fact that Mario has no chest hair was a giant surprise to me. When I got those boxer shorts and couldn't believe it.
What if Mario's just like 13? What if he's just a young teenager?
That changes a lot.
With a mustache.
That's what I mean, like the mustache is what freaks me out. Okay.
Invisiblock jump. This is definitely the hardest part of Spiritless. Buster having some troubles. That's good.
Oh my goodness. How did he even know there was a block there?
It's crazy. I've never done it before. It's just nuts.
Very exciting. Well, that is a very cool strat. Yeah, there's no reason for that block to be there.
Yeah.
Besides for speedrunners, right? Doesn't that...
So random, yeah.
It does feel like Nintendo had speedrunners in mind for this game.
Mm-hmm.
This is another fun sub-area.
Yeah, I like this sub-area.
You can attack that tomato, turn him into a puddle in which you can jump in. How many other games let you murder your enemy and then jump inside of them?
Not many, I will say that.
Super Empire Strikes Back, of course, lets you murder your friend and jump inside of him with the Tauntaun, but... Oh, Sznoj! Taking a spill in our favorite sub-area. It will mean he'll get to do it again, which is not the worst thing in the world, but...
No, the same mistake. It almost seems like Sznoj's controller, his joystick might be a little off. That's like the third time that's happened.
Maybe like, a little bit of
the same like
drift.
Yeah, seems like it. Maybe snapback. I don't know. Where are you?
There, he got it.
Nice.
Going up.
Yeah, that really
Gonna
sucks.
grab. Another moon over there. Off to the right. Sznoj now powering back. Getting that first moon. While Buster has already moved on. Done with the Luncheon Kingdom. Going into the Dark Souls universe. To fight a hyper-realistic dragon.
Quick game crossover. Nothing, doesn't hurt.
That's why I hope we get a Mario Odyssey 2, because I want to see more insane kingdoms like this. I want them to just go to, like, the Assassin's Creed world. Just mess around, Mario.
Even, like, DLC in a Mario game would just be cool.
Yeah. I thought for sure this game would throw me another couple of kingdoms. And they did no such thing.
Yeah.
Fine, they gave me a whole motorcycle for Zelda. Who am I to complain? Here in the Ruined Kingdom, I do want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to the Urban Arts Partnership, the sponsor of this tournament. School of Interactive Arts is Urban Arts Partnership multi-year program preparing underprivileged students for college and careers in game design. Just tossed the link in the chat. Go check them out. It's a really great cause. UAP is helping underprivileged kids get careers started in game design and in tech. It's a great thing. Absolutely the kind of thing we want to support here at GSA. They love video games. We love video games. We want to help more kids make video games. So go check them out. Great cause.
Very cool. Thank you so much for sponsoring us, UAP.
Now we got little lightning circles going throughout the ground. Buster, unconcerned, stepping on an electrified dragon. Not something I like to do myself, but...
Yeah.
Buster, comfortable, stepping on the scaly, electric skin of that dragon.
Very cool boss fight, I have to admit.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
I do feel like we're getting into, and I think this kind of speaks to, like, the multiverse element of every single story that's happening. Like, it does feel like Mario is going to different universes to meet, like, realistic New York City, realistic dragons, the world where lunch is in control. It's the same thing that we've got Marvel doing, that we've got Rick and Morty doing. It just feels like every pop culture piece of entertainment these days is hopping into a multiverse.
It's cool.
I like a multiverse story.
Yeah.
So now I think we can safely say Buster with a Ruined Kingdom lead.
Yep. It's about 3.5 minutes, so pretty unfortunate for Sznoj, but it's fine. It's fine.
Absolutely. I like just seeing both runners play their best, going for as good a time as they can get. These no reset runs, definitely much more challenging than your standard PB attempts, where you're allowed to reset and feel good about it the entire time. This is mostly about, like, managing your mindset, managing your frustration, making mistakes and moving on, having the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah, it's very high tech. It's very high stakes. It's very high, scary. Just knowing that anything can happen, literally anything across the entire run. Your run could go perfect, you get a PB, or you could just completely mess everything up. It's very scary thought, especially in a tournament format, where you're competing against other people.
Absolutely, and I will even say something that really this game has going for it is 2D skip, one of the very last tricks that could always go wrong.
Yeah.
You could have the perfect run, and then it's not done until the very final seconds.
Yeah, I was actually, in my first race, I was on PB pace by a decent amount, and I messed up 2D skip.
Oh, I'm sorry to bring up something so hurtful.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just saving my 102 for my next race, you know?
I feel like it's gonna happen. BusterDoggy here collecting moon shards, throwing his cap, homing in on the shards. Gonna collect that moon. Progress through Bowser's Kingdom. Very strange level, very linear in a way that we haven't seen throughout the rest of the game. There's really one set path. It's closer to a Mario 3D world level.
It's much more linear compared to pretty much the other kingdoms are just like open world. You can just kind of explore and have fun.
Absolutely. It is cool to have this like specific linear challenge right towards the end here before you get to go to the moon, which was, now that I think about it, going to the moon was probably the craziest moment in this game for me. I was like, of course we're here.
So Buster getting Bowser Dram. Pretty fun strat.
Very cool.
Harriet first. No.
Oh.
Some
Do we not
time
like
loss
Harriet
right
first?
there. No. But Topper first is the way. It's the way. But Buster going for Star Bomba. This is a pretty new strat actually. Came out probably a couple of months ago. And as you can see, yeah, you just create a floating bomb. It's a very odd trick, but it's very cool.
Oh. He's throwing his hat where he knows the bomb is going to drop?
Yep. It's crazy.
Incredible. That's gotta be demoralizing if you're Harriet the Rabbit, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm ready to go. I've got bombs in my hair. And then, what do? You throw a bomb and it blows up in your face.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got Topper. Went to the hat store, bought 45 hats.
All the same.
And, hey, it pays off for him. Because he was able to damage the great BusterDoggy.
But Buster finishing up bunnies. Sznoj just starting up pretty much.
And this is another inflection point for the race. We're going to be seeing a Mecha Brutal fight.
It's another thing to add
a lot of high variance.
Another thing to add to the crazy list in this game.
Yeah, the Brutals all like each threw in $50 and went in on the biggest wooden robot they could afford. Got a real kids mowing the lawn over summer vibes. How much money do you got?
Oh man.
Buster breaking those boxes, clearing out the moon in the cage. Oh, getting spoked by a spike. What's the verb for spiked? Spiked.
Spiked, yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I were Buster, I wouldn't be too upset about getting hit there because the problem with that one jump right there is you aren't able to see where you're going. So it's kind of just by feel. So it's very, very tricky. So if you take damage, you're able to turn the camera, so makes the jump a little easier.
Okay, every time I think Buster has made a mistake, it turns out he's actually just great. Just great at this game. Smashing a Brutal, getting up to the top is Buster.
Very clean.
This Mecha Brutal stomping around, trying to shake Mario off the top. But BusterDoggy says, no, no, I will ride you until it is time to stomp you. And there he goes.
I always wonder what happens to the Brutals after you kill them.
Oh, they die.
They just kind of they just die. That's it.
They disintegrate into fireworks. Those fireworks are not like planned. That's their spirits going to heaven.
Oh.
Here they are.
A little satanic for a video game, but especially a
there they
Mario
are.
game. But
R.I.P. There'll be a GoFundMe link to their funeral costs.
Feel kind of bad now.
I know, it's upsetting. Mario is a cruel man. And BusterDoggy collecting 3 moons despite killing 4 Brutals. The math not quite adding up, but still an incredible Bowser Kingdom. Incredible Mecha Brutal fight from BusterDoggy.
Getting to the last Kingdom Buster is Moon. It's not a terribly hard kingdom on its own, but especially when you have nerves at the end of the run, pretty scared something could go wrong. That definitely adds to the difficulty of the kingdom.
We'll of course be seeing Moon Cave Skip coming up here. Salmon, is that a trick that still gives you problems, or is it more or less second nature at this point to you?
It's pretty much just second nature. It's very hard at first. When I was first starting out, I had a run that was very well. That was like very almost perfect. And I just messed up Moon Skip. So it's very hard to begin with, but once you know what you're doing more, get better with the movement in general, it's more of just an afterthought. Especially at these runners' points.
Sznoj, incredibly clutch backup, collecting that moon. A couple of hat bounces that went not the way you want them to go, but was able to recover, get inside that cage, find himself a power moon. And BusterDoggy looking stylish! Mario with an incredible long tail tuxedo.
I wish I had that tuxedo. It looks very good.
Absolutely, I would wear that just to work.
I'd wear it to school.
wear it into the office. BusterDoggy collecting a couple of fire flowers so as to speed up his movement speed, and here he will. Once again, disrespect the Sphinx by jumping off of his head and going single side.
Whoa.
Skip.
Fancy.
Very fresh.
Saves like a second off of a normal moon skip.
Whew. That looked nice. Mario here, rolling in, pulling a Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate level last minute save. And much like Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate, he will fall into a battle zone and steal a hat to beat up the original group. Graduate, great movie.
Never watched it.
It's basically this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dustin Hoffman powers up the Odyssey with power moves. Flies to the moon.
Sznoj with a good mech. Just wrapping that up. Also heading to Bust the Sweating.
Mario meeting with his tailor on the way to the moon. Plenty of time. Got to imagine the farthest distance traveled between kingdoms, going from Japan to the moon. Second longest distance, going to Japan from the beach. And Sznoj with a fully powered up Odyssey balloon, ready to take off. Meanwhile, BusterDoggy, can you believe it? About to take possession of Bowser. This was my favorite moment my first time through. I couldn't believe what was happening. I was like, of course I'm going to get to play as Bowser.
Super cool.
Beautiful, beautiful idea.
But
Moon
Buster
collapsing all around them. Go ahead.
Buster on very good pace right now. This is like, I think like a mid 100. That's very good for his level. Possibly beating Sznoj's PB just alone.
And therefore coming within a minute of his own.
Yeah.
Here we'll see a little bit of 2D skip in action. Oh, nice. Not even a problem for BusterDoggy. Oh, I take it back. A slight problem, but able to recover.
Few near disasters, but it's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Buster taking a little slip in that 2D section. As though he were playing the Ice Climbers level in Smash Brothers. Slippery, slippery stages. Here we see Sznoj going for Moon Cave Skip. Making those jumps, making those hops. Nice and clean. Meanwhile, Buster shooting fireballs at a pillar.
Here,
I didn't see it. Did he hit all of them?
I think he did. Cat jams. Can't forget. Or Pepe D's.
Gotta jam out to this anime song.
I know. The anime opener.
Oh.
Buster, very good time. This is very good for Buster.
Absolutely.
Very
great
impressive. Looks like it's gonna be a 2x. 29 or so. Maybe a 30. Yeah. 30. Very good from Buster.
Wow.
Very impressive.
1 hour, 30 seconds. 35 seconds off from his PB.
Ooh,
Seen that here in a
Sznoj
marathon
missing
race?
the fast
Incredible.
hat. Sznoj missing the fast hat. It's alright. Oh.
Take a pause.
Pause buffer. It's alright. It's alright.
Jumping that Bowser tail. Smacking away at that man's torso. On his big day.
Giving Bowser some back problems.
Or Bowser getting smashed into the arena wall.
It's a little close. No, he's got it.
There it is.
Sznoj.
Ooh, taking that tail damage.
That really
Now have to
sucks.
dodge some fire rings. But at least he gets to save his punching hat.
Looks like it's gonna be a very low 104 for Sznoj. Assuming nothing catastrophic happens like that. Oh.
Okay. Recovered it. The ground is literally falling away beneath his feet. That should be a harder moment for all runners than it is.
Yeah.
We see Sznoj running through the center of the moon, turning these tiles to gold and slashing away at all rock bridges. Sznoj here coming up.
No 2DSS
2D
attempts.
section.
No 2DSS though. There's actually a little trick. It's very high tech, very hard, where you can just skip this entire 2D section completely. It saves about 6 or so.
Oh wow.
It's insane.
Couple of extra bonks for Sznoj, but still able to make it through that 2D section. Throwing fireballs, exploding anything in his path. Now he's gonna wail away at this moon rock and blow open the final scene wherein anime rock and roll will play.
Yep.
Why do I think of this song as such an anime song? It's not that. Anime music isn't a genre.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. You ever go for a run to this song?
I haven't, but it seems like a good idea.
Oh. You're gonna accidentally sprint.
Just wrapping it up.
Sznoj swiping away. One final moon block. Sznoj can now go back to previous levels and open the moon block. More
If he
power
wants to.
moves.
104.23, I think. Yep. GG's to both
104.23.
runners.
Absolutely, a great run from both runners. So much fun to watch. Great to see both of them putting in that Mario Odyssey work. Under 105 for both. Great race.
Yep. It's so close out of day match show. Well, I'd say like Night Metro or lost. It was so close in the first splits.
No, absolutely. That early game, they were very close. We saw so many lead changes early on. BusterDoggy at some point took the lead and didn't let it go.
Hopefully we'll get runners in shortly for a little short interview on how they thought the races went.
Yes, please.
Yeah, GG's the Buster on the win. GG's on Sznoj for hanging out in the race. It looks like they're both gonna come in.
Now, Salmon, is this you playing the saxophone on this portion of the song?
No.
No.
There's a saxophone here?
It was they were doing a little
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, but I would be down to play there.
You've got to ask your band teacher if you can play it for the upcoming concert.
Sorry. I know a few Mario songs.
Oh yeah?
Play the basic Super Mario Bros. Song. I'm learning Dolphin Shoals actually, which is a very hard piece.
Ooh. Great work from both runners, and it looks like we do have BusterDoggy and Sznoj here in the chat. Good race to both of you.
Yeah. I guess we'll start with Sznoj. How do you think your race went?
It went really badly. I lost 3.5 minutes. I missed Snowdram 3 times. I died 2 times in luncheon, and there was a lot of other stuff that I didn't really understand. I find it funny how I screwed up jumping over Bowser's tail at the end. That is, I'm pretty happy that didn't happen on a good pace.
Yeah, but 104, it's not terrible. It's just a little off for PB. About 2 minutes and a half.
3.
3? Oh.
3.5. But
oh yeah, 3.5. It's not terrible. You could beat some runners with that. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will say, especially early in the race, both of you hopping back and forth. A lot of lead changes for the first up through Day Metro. A very exciting race to watch.
Yeah.
So now let's go to the person that won the match, Buster. How did you think your race went?
I was pretty proud of mine, honestly. Like, the early game was not the greatest, but I kind of came back a little bit in late game.
Yeah, your late game was very solid. Spiritless was a bit of a surprise to me, at least.
Kind of messed up the beginning a bit, but yeah, I've been doing Spiritless for like 5 months now or something.
Yeah.
Buster, I'll ask you this. Is there a kingdom or a moon specifically in this race that you feel like you just got it down? You just feel like an all-time champion whenever you get it?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I could say like the mech multi-moon, I guess. It just feels so satisfying when you beat mech without making too many mistakes.
Oh, sure, yeah. You get out of that RNG section, you get 3 moons?
Yeah.
That's huge. And Sznoj, I'll ask you the same thing. What are the moment in this run when you feel most like a champion when you get a moon or beat a kingdom?
Well, usually, if I get a good time, leaving moon is the best part. Like, just finishing the game.
Yeah, the ending cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like the game is celebrating you as you get to the end there. Absolutely an incredible moment.
Yeah, well, GG's to both runners. Sznoj, you're not out of it yet. You still have 2 more races to go. And if you win both races, then you'll still be advanced. Even if you only win 1 more, you still have a small chance to get through. So you're definitely not out of this. Buster, it looks like you're doing pretty good. Obviously you won your first match, so
yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you in the tournament. Or like the big tournament, yeah.
Alright, thank you guys for commentating.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
thank you so much for the race.
And thanks
Thanks a
Saran for
bunch.
the race stream. Alright, see you guys.
Absolutely. Good game to
Yep.
both of you.
GG's.
Thanks. See ya.
Yep, bye. All right.
All right. Buster taking home the W in this
Yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey any percent race in the A division.
Will be our last race for today, however. We will have plenty of races tomorrow, though, so make sure to be there tomorrow. But looks like we got our raid queued up. So yeah, see you tomorrow.
Perfect.
Make sure to make sure to check out the runners, exclamation point racers. Two very good runners, very skilled, way better than most others. So yeah, good job.
Absolutely. Great race. Good commenting with you, Salmon.
Yep, you too, Michael.
All right. Keep blowing that saxophone.
Yep, you too. Well, whatever you do, whatever you play.